Nyob Zoo Milwaukee, and welcome to our January 2020 show as we kick off our third season of Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV. We hope that this year comes with many new blessings. I am Malia Zhang. The word Nyob Zoo means hello in the Hmong language. It is used to welcome or greet people. So Nyob Zoo and welcome again to our show. Today we have Jade Vue, Miss Hmong USA 2020 with us in the studio for a candid conversation about her journey in taking the crown in this year's Miss Hmong USA pageant competition in Fresno, California. We continue our health segment with a PAMSA of the Medical College of Wisconsin to talk about cervical cancer and its effect in our community. Not only that, we will tag along with Hmong outdoorsmen in Wisconsin and Colorado to see how they embrace outdoor activities during the cold season. Along with these great stories, we'll have important news within the Hmong community to announce and share with you pieces of our rich and colorful culture. The Miss Hmong USA Court supports growth and vibrancy in the Hmong community through service as ambassadors of the Hmong Cultural New Year celebration. It is one of the highest prestige beauty and talent competition in the Hmong community and is hosted every year at the Hmong Cultural New Year celebration, the largest Hmong New Year celebration in America. Nyob Zoo Milwaukee is proud to announce that Milwaukee's very own Jade Vue took the title of Miss Hmong USA 2020. Today we are honored to have her here on set for a one-on-one interview. Let's go listen in on her journey in becoming Miss Hmong USA.
Welcome to today's special segment on Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV. Today we have Milwaukee's very own beautiful, talented, and newly crowned Miss Hmong USA at the 2020 Fresno, California Hmong New Year. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jade Vue. I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I just recently competed at Fresno, California, and I won Miss Hmong USA 2020.
So how does it feel?
It feels amazing to have a title, a big title, because you're representing the whole US, and just in general, it's just a very crazy experience and ride that I experienced being a actual Miss Hmong.
So how does it feel when you found out at that very moment that you were just won Miss Hmong USA 2020?
How I felt during that, I felt like it was just a lot of things going through my mind. My heart was racing really fast too because I wasn't sure if I was going to win or not, but it was just very crazy, and at that moment when I heard my name, I was just very shocked and surprised to hear my name just being announced as the Miss Hmong USA 2020.
So what inspired you in the first place to take this challenge?
What inspired me was probably my mother, because she hosted pageants, coordinated pageants. So when I see her do all these work, it just made me it encouraged myself to be able to compete pageants, and I just want to do something new because my life every day I was constantly just going to school and going to work, so I just wanted to bring up new challenges in my life.
So can you tell us a little bit about the process and preparation that it would take in order to compete in such a big event such as the Miss Hmong USA?
The process, we did a lot of things. So in the beginning, I had a trainer. She taught me how to just develop myself, learning all my speeches in Hmong, all my questions in Hmong. But then when I got there at the competition, everything all changed last minute, and that was probably my biggest challenge, was doing everything all last minute. And my trainer had to switch a lot of things. We had to switch a lot of my Hmong into English because the pageant was changing into a more modern English-speaking pageant. So I think that was probably the biggest challenge, was just doing everything last minute.
Thank you for telling us a little bit about the challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Can you share with us some of the highlights or some things that you enjoyed during this pageant and the competition?
Some of the things that I would say that is the biggest highlight of this pageant was it's very modernized and it's not a typical Hmong pageant, so that's something that was new for me. I grew up watching Hmong pageants, but doing this pageant was totally different, so it just brought new experience for me doing this pageant, so that's probably the biggest highlight.
So during the competition, did you guys have to speak both English and Hmong?
We could speak both language. I spoke English because it was safer to speak in English because we had non-Hmong speaker judges. I did speak a little Hmong for my introduction round, but I feel like doing in English was safe for me to, pass each round to actually win the Miss Hmong USA 2020.
And how many rounds was there?
There was intro, platform, and we had active wear where we wear our active outfit, and we had questions. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Did they have a talent?
Oh yeah, they did have a talent, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your talent. How did you prepare for that?
So my talent round, I did a dance, and I did a dance based on the Fresno shooting. So I dressed all in white, and I had an angel wing as well. And I just did the dance dedicating to the Fresno shooting. And I just thought it was something different. Everybody does dances just relating to our Hmong history and everything, but I wanted to do something that was more impactful within the community.
And now I know that you did not win this alone. You probably had a whole team of supporters. Can you tell us a little bit about who your supporters were, or talk a little bit about some of your sponsors, and tell us how important or significant they are?
I would say my family were such a great support. Yet my brothers, they did not come. They were still in Wisconsin, but I had my parents along the way with me during this competition. I had my cousins as well and my trainer. They're all there supporting me. And then my sponsor, without them, I wouldn't get where I am today, winning this title, Miss Hmong USA 2020. And I just want to say thank you to all my sponsors. I do plan to do a video for the girls that want to compete pageants to understand how to reach out to sponsors and all that. So that's what I plan to do. So I just want to say thank you to all my sponsors who had supported me throughout this competition. So yeah, thank you.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful educational piece, and we're looking forward to seeing when that is completed. Please let us know. We'll help support you.
Okay.
So what do you see that the Hmong community is doing well as far as the youth, the Hmong youth? And what do you think that we can do to better change our community?
I see that the community is doing well with the youth is that we volunteer a lot. Like I see a lot of youth volunteering their time. But there are things that needs to be changed within the community, such as, we have so many issues going on, probably like the shooting, violence, everything. And it all starts from the youth. So I think that we should really pay attention to the youth more and really teach them how to understand the way of living life. So I just think that it's very important for the community to focus on our children, and such as like mental health and all that. So I just think that that's mostly the important thing that our community should change.
What advice do you have if someone is considering to compete in future competitions or pageants?
My advice for them is that they should be very honest with themselves, and I think that they should pay attention during like training and everything, because if you do not pay attention during training, there are things that you miss, and when you miss those little things, it causes like a crazy ruckus in the event of the pageant, because that is what happened to me. And I just think that girls, they should pay attention to little details, so that's very important. Advice I would give to girls is also sponsors. When it comes to finding sponsors, what I plan to do is that probably teach the girls of how to write letters or how to reach out to sponsors. And I probably want to do like a booklet of businesses where I can just have their name all put in there, and for girls to just look at it and try to reach out to them in a proper way, so then they can get sponsors that way.
So how can the community help support your future plans?
What I plan to do is probably create a website or a Facebook page where I plan to have all these volunteer events listed, and I want people to like the page and for them to understand how important volunteering is and read some volunteer events they can go through. They can contact me, and I just want to be able to help them to get opportunities and gain experiences in life. So that's what I plan to do, is just create, a website, a page for everybody to volunteer, not only the youth but like the older generation.
That sounds like a wonderful plan. Well, please keep us posted. Nyob Zoo Milwaukee is a proud sponsor of yours.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And we look forward to all of the wonderful things that you have planned and for what's in store for 2020.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jade, for your time. Congratulations, and we wish you the best for your reign, and I'm looking forward to see what you have planned. Stay with us. We'll be right back to catch up with some Hmong outdoorsmen and see how they keep the cold season fun in Wisconsin and Colorado.
Most things in life come with a price. And it's one that you're willing to pay. But you'd never say, it costs too little. Which is why we offer straightforward options for your everyday financial needs with better rates and lower fees, so you have more money for the things that really matter. Landmark Credit Union, you're worth more here.
Welcome back. Hunting, fishing, and gathering is a big part in Hmong cultural upbringing and stems back to our roots in Laos. The passion of many Hmong outdoorsmen leads them to adapt from tropical weather to extreme cold and new challenges in the U.S. Today, we take you to see how our Hmong men are embracing these new outdoor activities during the cold season.
Today we're gonna make some fish and some duck. We're gonna make some duck pho for these guys because it's really cold outside, and I know they're tired of eating deer already for this whole week. So they've been up here all week. So me and my good friends came up here to just chill with the guys and cook. So making duck noodle soup. I put in some lemongrass, some ginger. I'm gonna add in some of these vegetable mushroom seasoning here. Just blend out the flavor for the broth a little bit, and then I'm gonna throw in the 2 ducks, and then we're gonna add in some seasoning.
Go.
He checked his trail cam? Yeah.
Monster plug. Corner. You going back, huh? We're going back. I'm going back there. Oh, that slice place? Nice. That's that.
또 야, 한용 써.
ก็ตัวจ้างสิ
what the little bug no.
但แต่มื่องามันเลือลูไฟจัวเด็กลูกจะไปสอบแฟนกันตัวตองก็เด็กตัวอยู่ไปตัวละตัวอยู่ไปยอดอยู่ไปตัวละจะจุดใช้ไฟมันจีอีเหลนอยู่เก่า
Well, I lived here for 9 years and I never ice fished before. Coming back from Wisconsin to Colorado right here at this lake here. I'm not going to give you the lake here because these guys are going to hate me. We're out here to catch some wipers and whatever we can get through the ice. And kind of like the first condition of the ice here that a lot of these people here gets a chance to do this. So it's really rare. I guess the wipers are running pretty hot. I haven't caught anything yet, but having a great time. We have a lot of family members here, and this is really nice. This is a very, very nice place, and it's a beautiful day. Beautiful temperature to ice fish, and good ice condition. You got about 5 to 6 inches of ice. What we got here?
So far, I have not hooked up yet. Got one, broke me off, but that's it.
Having a good time?
Oh yeah. It's the company that you want to come with. So
That's
good
right.
company today.
That's right.
Yeah. And fishing with friends.
You got a fish yet?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, about half a foot.
Finally got cold enough to get some ice out here.
Yeah, nice weather for fishing, ice fishing.
Yeah, beautiful weather.
It's good to see you here. How you doing, man?
I've been good, thanks.
Good.
How you been?
Good. Catch you anything?
Oh yeah. First 10 minutes, got here, put a minnow on, and bam!
That's right. Look at this
Look
fish.
at that.
Just hanging out with good friends. Just hanging out with good friends. That's the best part about ice fishing. And then, you know, fish is just a bonus. Good to see you guys in town, though.
We're out here ice fishing for wiper. Right now, the wipers are biting here, so a group of us came to go after wipers.
So what's your task and what's your duty today?
Today, I'm the cook. Nothing like fresh wiper off the lake and then deep fry right here, as you will see in a minute here. We're gonna have some lunch together, and the company is great. So
It's really slow. Not a lot of hookers. A lot of lookers, though. So, the sun just came out. Hopefully that's the break we needed to get the fish a little bit more active. They're not really moving around. But I was talking to a gentleman earlier, and he said they've been coming out for a week, and it's usually about 11, 12 o'clock before the fish start getting active. So, this is about that time. I may be a little bit biased, but because I grew up here, I couldn't really see myself living anywhere else. I mean, this is, you know, one of the best spots to raise a family, to grow up. The only downfall is cost of living has gotten almost unaffordable in the recent about 4 or 5 years. But if you happen to be established before the housing market went up, you're still okay. We're not a big part of the Hmong community. Our interaction with Hmong people is normally just at church. So, you know, we have a little community at church of about 500 members. And I think the last census I heard for Colorado was that there was about 5,000 Hmong people here in Colorado. So, not very big. Not very big.
He looks on. Here we go.
And that's what it's all about, fellas. I think the best part of it is just the camaraderie, you know, coming out and being able to enjoy something with, you know, guys you grew up with. You know, as we got older, everybody gets busy and got their own lives, but it seems like, you know, we can still come together to do some fishing, so that's about the best part of it for me.
It is great to see that our community here in the U.S. can adapt to new fun activities. Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV would like to remind everyone who participates in hunting and fishing to keep safety first and also follow hunting and fishing regulations. Stay with us. We'll be right back with our health segment with a PAMSA of the Medical College of Wisconsin about cervical cancer. Welcome back. Cervical cancer incidence rate among Hmong American women is 3 times higher than other Asian Pacific Islanders and more than 4 times higher than non-Hispanic whites. Today, we sit down with Maya from APAMSA of the Medical College of Wisconsin to get more insight on cervical cancer.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV. Today we have a guest joining us here in the studio. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what we'll be talking today?
Hi, I'm Maya Sarvanan. I'm a first-year medical student at the Medical College of Wisconsin. I'm with APAMSA, and today we'll be talking about cervical cancer.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what it is.
So cancer in general is the abnormal growth of cells in the body, which can lead to tumors and a rapid progression of disease. And so cervical cancer in specific affects women, and it's cancer of the cervix, which is at the bottom of the uterus. And oftentimes it results from HPV, otherwise known as human papillomavirus, which is a sexually transmitted infection.
Okay, so how does cervical cancer affect women?
So as I mentioned, HPV is usually the basis of cervical cancer, and it often includes small bumps near the genital area, pain and discomfort, or abnormal discharge. And it's also important to note that HPV can be contracted through any sexual intercourse which no protection is used. And cervical cancer also may lead to infertility in some women.
And I know that you've spent some time researching about this topic. Could you tell us a little bit about how cervical cancer is relevant to the Hmong community?
Yeah, so Hmong women are actually 4 times more likely to contract cervical cancer when compared to Asian Pacific women, and 5 times more likely when compared to non-Hispanic American women. So it's really important that Hmong women are regularly getting screened, and they are keeping track of symptoms and reporting them to their physicians. Furthermore, a lot of this is attributed to the fact that Hmong women are only 42% vaccinated against cervical cancer, so that vaccine is really important to get. And finally, when comparing Hmong women to other women of other descent, there is actually only 9% chance of cervical cancer being detected early, whereas in other races, that rate is about 45%.
That is pretty high. So what are some of the symptoms of cervical cancer?
So cervical cancer can actually come about well before any physical symptoms are seen. So for this reason, women should really be keeping track of any abnormalities or pain that they might feel and make sure that they report that to their physician. Symptoms include light bleeding in between periods, heavy menstrual cycles, any abnormal pain or pelvic pain. Lower back pain is also very common, and pain while sexual intercourse is also a sign that something might be wrong.
So is there anything women can do to prevent cervical cancer?
So luckily, cervical cancer is actually one of the most preventable cancers. So there are a lot of things. For example, the vaccine, which was earlier mentioned, is very key. This is because HPV is a lot of times the resulting factor in cervical cancer. So it's really important that women, and especially Hmong women, are vaccinated for HPV so that they can prevent that further continuation into cervical cancer. While 90% of HPV cases often resolve on their own, there is always that chance that that can result into cervical cancer. So it's important to make sure that that's taken care of. Another thing that women can do is make sure that they're getting their pap smears every 3 years or as directed by their physician. This can start usually around age 21. And a pap smear is really simple. It's just the collection of cells from the cervix to make sure that everything is normal and looks good. And then the last thing is to make sure that healthy lifestyle choices are being implemented. So this includes using protection while having sex, not smoking, making sure that you're eating healthy, and as previously mentioned, making sure that any symptoms are noted and reported to the physician as soon as possible.
So tell us a little bit about types of treatment for cervical cancer.
So the treatment is going to depend on the severity of the disease, but like many other cancers, there are a wide array of treatments that one can take. And it's also important to note that the best treatment is made by the patient, their primary care physician, and the obstetrician gynecologist. The three main treatments include chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and surgery, or any combination of the three. So it really depends on what the patient prefers. But a lot of this can actually be prevented by taking early preventative measures and making sure that women are talking to their doctors if they feel that something is wrong.
Thank you, Maya, for your time today and all of the valuable information.
Thank you.
Always feeling tired, low in energy, or having trouble concentrating? Ginseng is a miracle root that can make you healthier, stronger, feel and look younger. It is scientifically proven to energize your body, strengthen your immune system, and fight the effects of aging when consumed with your diet. For over 2 decades, Hmong Ginseng has been growing the finest ginseng right here in Wisconsin. Hmong Ginseng, the best American ginseng, for a healthier, stronger, and younger you. For more information, call 617-309-0438 or visit us on Facebook at Hmong Ginseng Inc. Thank you, John and Maya, for valuable information about this topic. We hope and encourage Hmong women to get screened and to do regular scheduled checkups. We appreciate you for joining our January edition of Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV, the first over-the-air Hmong television show in southeastern Wisconsin on WMLW The M. Follow and like us on Facebook at Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nyob Zoo MKE. Before we say goodbye, we'd like to leave you with this message, along with a performance from our talented youth at Hmong American Friendship Association and MPS Partnership for the Arts program. The best thing about the past is that it shows you what not to bring into the future. Until next time, may our community be blessed and inspired.